today, elsewhere, there's going to be a series of go-slows and protests on major motorways in protest at the tax on fuel. But there's one highways officer who probably wishes that had happened a bit sooner. Gavin Buffham had to dodge traffic on the M18 to get to the central reservation to rescue a kitten. Smudge, there she is. And the kitten was understandably terrified. Motorists had reported there was a kitten stuck on the central reservation. Gavin went and got it. It ended up needing 2 crews and a rolling roadblock in order to let Gavin get to the kitten and save it. The owner is now being sought. But Dan, I suppose, is this proof that not only are highways officers incredibly brave and loving and happy to risk their lives to go after a kitten? I don't know. Perhaps the fuel protests might save a few animals' lives as well if we all drive a bit more slowly and carefully. A few foxes, perhaps, that don't get smudged on the roads.
I mean, you could, just tell us all to give up driving overnight. We could turn into a lovely cycling utopia, but I'm not quite sure that would work for everyone. Well, no, it's a lovely story. And I remember being on local papers, and when you used to actually be allowed to call the firefighters and say, "What did you do yesterday?" Yeah. And they would tell you. It's amazing. Yeah. This journalism.
Didn't have to go through a press office. Isn't it great?
I know, and the obviously as a local paper, you're always fascinated in the animal rescues because it touches a piece of people's hearts, and also, the firefighters, just like you say with the highways officer, they'd be quite keen to talk about it because it'd be like, look, we're lovely guys, and they are, and everyone's just trying to do a good job, and it's really nice that they went to so much effort to make sure that Smudge didn't.
I can remember stories about cats being rescued from roofs and trees and stuff. And when you report, it had 3 engines and 2 ladders and 16 fire crews, and they were there for 4 days trying to tempt it down with raw chicken and stuff like this. Nobody ever complains that that's a waste of taxpayers' money. Nobody ever says that's too many firemen for 1 cat. I mean, come on.
They would, though, if it was a drunk guy who was stuck on his own roof.
Exactly.
And couldn't get down. Then people would complain. So.
Yeah. If the fuel protesters or Insulate Britain or something were stood in the middle of the M18 causing a rolling roadblock, they'd go, "What? I've got to get to work. This is outrageous." And
the government's passed a load of laws to criminalise them.
Exactly, but kittens, fine. That's all right. We should all be better. Perhaps we should remember there's 250,000 foxes die on our roads every year, and far more than are done by hunting. Perhaps we should just not kill so many foxes, speaking personally.